Be pretty close to the area, and that's one that we'll be tracking as we head through this upcoming weekend. Now, I do want to start with your temperatures because it is so cold outside. It is 15. These are actual temperatures in Monroe right now. 16 in Wadesboro and in Lancaster. Look at Charlotte sitting at 20 degrees. Gastonia into Shelby sitting at 17 degrees. So it is a frigid start out there. And I know cold weather really impacts a lot of people as well. So please be careful. Bundle up as you head out the door. We look at these wind chills, and I'm showing you this because it's not much of a factor out there today. It's just downright bone chilling cold out there. It does feel like 0 in Boone, so still have some of those higher sustained and wind gusts up in the high country, 17 in Shelby and in Gastonia. So overall, it's not really the wind chill that's making it cold. It's just the actual air temperature. But good news, temperatures will jump higher today than what we saw out there yesterday. We'll have a decent dose of sunshine. Temperatures warming, still below average, but we will make it back into the low to mid 40s, really mid 40s as we head through your Friday. Come Saturday, 55 degrees. Then by Sunday, we could have a little bit of a wintry mix. Now, there's so much that goes into this forecast. James and I, we'll actually do a Facebook Live later because we have so much to talk about. We can't get it all in 2 to 3 minutes. But because the temperatures will be so mild on Saturday and then actually above that freezing mark through a lot of Sunday, anything that could fall will really have trouble sticking. I'm talking Sunday. Let's get to Saturday first, though, because we do have a cold frontal boundary. This is going to bring some moisture to the area, only in the way of rain as we head through the morning hours. That then scoots out of here. Temperatures warm well into the 50s as we head through the day. And then by Sunday, I'm showing you one computer model. This is a short range graph look. This is 7 a.m. Look at, I mean, we don't even have the moisture to work with. So it depends where this area of low pressure ends up setting up, and also depends on the temperatures at the surface. I'm going to show you several different model runs here in just a little bit. This is the European, and then there's the GFS, the American. The European saying nothing. The GFS is saying, hey, we might see a little bit of a trace, maybe even upwards of 1/4 of an inch of snow as we head through the day on Sunday. Those are two models that I want to show you. Here is the graph, the future track I just showed you, not showing anything either. There's one model, the NAM, which I'll show you all of those combined coming up here in my full forecast in a minute. 8 degrees here. Satellite and radar, well, not much happening on the radar front. That's going to change as we head through the day tomorrow, and then a lot going on Sunday, which I'll lay all of that out for you. Let's start with your current temperatures, though, out there this morning, because this is the main story out there this morning. It is bone chilling cold, and really for the kids at the bus stop, please bundle them up. Ashwaubenon, Avery County Schools, you guys are on a 2-hour delay. 20 degrees in Charlotte, 17 in Gastonia, so no delays here across the Piedmont, and kids could be waiting out at the bus stop in 15-degree weather. So it is really, really cold. Again, bundle them up out there. We'll stay dry. A lot of sunshine as we head through your Friday. Pausing future track here, though. This is as we head through the day Saturday. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. Some mountain snow. I will say it's not going to be a lot. Maybe upwards of 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of snow. Just rain here across the Charlotte area. It'll be pushing through the area really quickly and very early as we head through the day on Saturday. And then that front is going to stall to our south. An area of low pressure will then ride along that frontal boundary. So I'm going to show you that here on kind of the what's next graphic. This is going to be on Sunday. Depending still, there's still some uncertainties because where that area of low pressure ends up tracking and where that frontal boundary stalls, if it moves in a little bit more, we continue to see this northwesterly trend, then we could get in on moisture. Now, another question mark is, do we have the supply of cold air that we need to only see the snowfall as the precipitation type? And right now, we don't really have a great supply of it. So models have really backed off on Charlotte seeing snow. We look at the graph, the European, they're showing absolutely nothing at this time. Now, that certainly could change with the next few runs. We're looking at possibly 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch with the GFS, the American model, and then the NAM is really the outlier, kind of a very robust, almost 4 inches. So really not buying that one. But there's also also still a chance we see a few flakes. This is going to bring minimal, if zero, impacts to the area. It's just maybe going to be fun to see a couple of flakes out there. We, again, don't really have a great supply of that cold air, and it still depends where that area of low pressure and that cold front end up setting up. So a jog to the northwest could end up meaning more moisture.
Ice carving is something that I can appreciate. I don't think it's a hobby.
Like Alaska hobby. I mean,
I was about to
think
say,
about it. What else do you do? Ice fish.
I was going to say that, but yeah, there's not that many hobbies to choose from up there. But yeah, anytime you see it, a nice sculpture as a centerpiece,
in West Jefferson with Boone right now sitting at 15 degrees. So it is a very, very cold start to this Friday. Bundle up as you are heading out and about. Temperatures not too much different from the wind chill right now, and that's thanks to just us not having the stronger winds like we had at this point yesterday. So the temperature is actually just the temperature. It feels and is really, really cold outside. 16 in Hickory, 17 in Statesville. Now, where we are getting a little bit of that difference between the temperature and the wind chill up across the high country. So Ashe, Watauga, Avery counties, it feels like almost zero. So very, very cold. Those mountain school districts are running on that 2-hour delay across Ashe, Watauga and Avery counties. So we're looking at a lot of sunshine as we head through the day today. About 46 as we head through today. So warmer than yesterday. No moisture in store for your Friday, actually lack thereof. We're going to be really, really dry with low relative humidity. Some winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. We actually have an increased fire danger out there for today. As we head through Saturday, some moisture starts to head our way. And then by Sunday, the moisture really and the cold air still really big question marks. We're not banking on a big snow event as we head through the latter half of the weekend. We look at your future track, and for today we are getting those southwesterly winds, not warming up too much by any means, though a little bit below average. Here comes a cold front, and this will actually bring some really cold air on the backside of it, but ahead of that bringing some rain showers here to the Piedmont early as we head through Saturday. That front will then stall off the coast, and as it does, an area of low pressure will ride along it, but where that sets up depicts how much moisture we see. Another problem with this forecast, if you want snow, is the supply of cold air. We don't have a great supply of the cold air. We're relying on the backside of these frontal boundaries to cool us down enough, and the timing of any type of moisture that could meet with the cold air. This one model, the graph, is not showing anything in the way of moisture. Of course, no snowfall. We look at a couple long-range models. The European has backed off. The GFS has backed off a little bit as well, showing, hey, maybe we could see a trace to 1/4 of an inch. So that's still certainly possible. Here's the graph, though, not showing anything. So I'll show you all of these models kind of together and compare them for you. Right now, 16 in Shelby, 17 in Gastonia, 18 in Rock Hill, and 18 in Chester. I totally matched that map. Future track right now, we are again going to stay dry as we head through the day today. This is Saturday. So here comes a cold front tomorrow, pretty early. It'll move across the area, but I will say we could get in on a little bit of rain out there as we head through the first half of the day. That front moves offshore and then kind of stalls out. Now, what we're looking at for Sunday is an area of low pressure to ride along that frontal boundary. James and I are going back and forth and kind of how these models have been flip-flopping. And this is always what we see in the Carolinas when it comes to snow events, to have a perfect setup when you have cold air in place and you have enough of that cold air, but you also have the moisture at the right time and the cold isn't chasing the moisture, or if you have even the moisture source. There's a lot that has to kind of line up perfectly for us to see a good snow event. But we'll have this cold front move through. So yeah, we'll have cold air in place, but is it cold enough? I think the entire layer of the atmosphere from the clouds to the surface will be cold enough. Almost at the surface. I think the surface levels might be a little too warm. So could we see snow, or could we see rain, or will we just stay dry? Those are kind of the three scenarios that we're looking at right now, because this area of low pressure, depending on really where it goes. Now, we don't have that supply of the cold air from the high pressure, the Canadian high pressure that we would want. So will we see this northwesterly trend, or will it stay offshore? A lot of computer models right now are saying, hey, this will stay offshore. And if that plays out, I think will stay dry. If it moves inland a little bit, which a lot of times we do see that northwesterly trend, then we could end up seeing that moisture. But then the question is it cold enough to just support snowfall? So we still have a lot of questions. Models right now, the graph, the European, showing absolutely nothing. The GFS, honestly, I'm a little bit leaning toward the American model, showing, hey, we could see some flakes. It's going to bring minimal impacts. The NAM, though, is just very bullish right now. So we still have these questions. If we could have a good supply of totally cold air, like a high pressure to the north, where that low pressure forms. But either way, we're really looking at pretty minimal impact toward Boone, 15 in West Jefferson. So a very, very cold start out there. As we head through the day, a lot of sunshine in store for your Friday. Will be a little bit breezy with winds out of the south-southwest. So breezy, cooler, sunny, but very, very dry. We look at relative humidity through the day, and as we head into the middle of the day, we could see these relative humidity numbers fall at about 25%. Between that and winds gusting up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour, we do have an increased fire danger out there today. No red flag warning, but increased fire danger, so don't burn. Any fire that does get started, it could rapidly spread out of control, and nobody wants that, so just don't burn. For your Friday, 46 degrees, Saturday, 55. A few showers as we're tracking a cold front. Then by Sunday, look at this. Could we see rain? Could we see snow? Could we see no moisture? Those are all in the forecast and on the table right now. Now, let's go ahead and look at your future track as we head through today. Again, warmer than yesterday, still below average, though, as we'll only be topping out in the 40s. So no low 50s out there for today. But here comes a cold front. This cold front will move in from the west and elevate those rain chances very briefly. This is a quick moving system across the area. A few showers possible on a Saturday morning, so tomorrow morning. That moves out. Some snow showers possible up in the high country, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch of snow. But as we look toward your Sunday, this is where the question mark is. This is one model. This is the graph, so it's certainly not gospel by any means, but we will see a potential risk for some snow or some rain. Now, this really looks like a nothing system here for a lot of people in the Carolinas. We look at a few models, and by this point, 48 hours away, we're getting more model data to kind of compile to see what, and compare these to make our forecast. The European and the GFS, not bullish at all on us seeing snow. Actually, the European saying nothing. American model saying, hey, we could see a little bit of something here across the area. We have the graph model that I was just showing you saying nothing. We have a NAM model that says, hey, we could actually see stuff. So we'll have to continue to look at this model data. They still are up and down, but the area of low pressure that we will end up tracking, that will be moving the moisture in, hasn't formed yet. So this is a problem we have with winter weather forecasting and tropical forecasting. If there isn't a center of circulation when it comes to the tropics or a low when it comes to winter forecasting, it's just hard to know exactly what's going to happen if we don't have the chilly 16 in Boone, 18 right now in Concord, 19 in Rock Hill, with Charlotte sitting at 20 degrees. But let's go back because I do want to talk about the skies right now. Well, look at this one. This is beautiful. 18 degrees. My clicker's going crazy. But we are seeing some snow there on the ground up in the high country, but a lot of blue sky out there right now. So we do have some cloud cover, as you can see, across areas of the high country. They're overlooking the stadium at beautiful App State up in Boone. We're dry, but we are cold. 20 in Morganton and in Hickory, 20 in Charlotte, 18 in Gastonia, with Albemarle right now, and Monroe sitting at 15 degrees. It is so cold outside. We'll stay dry and chilly as we head through the day today. So not touching the average temps that are in the low 50s, rather we'll stay in the 40s as we travel through today. We are looking at this cold front that'll move across the area on Saturday. A few showers, just rain showers in the Piedmont Saturday, with some snow up in the high country. Some of those lower elevations around 3,500 feet to 4,000, maybe picking up about a quarter of an inch of snow, a little bit more as you head up toward those higher elevations. So that cold front that moves through Saturday Saturday, we'll see it then stall offshore. And as it does so, here's the moisture on Saturday, but come Sunday, that will stall just off the coast, and then an area of low pressure will ride along it. Now, we haven't seen that low pressure develop just yet, so I think models are really struggling on grasping what we'll see from this on Sunday. And could we see a little bit of a pull to the north or to the northwest? And I think we will end up seeing something like that pretty last minute, and that totally depicts our forecast. Will we see rain? Will we see snow? Or will we see nothing and remain dry as we head through Sunday? All of those a possibility. One thing I can tell you, this is not going to be a drastic system or impactful system for our area. The graph, the European, both showing nothing. The GFS, the American model, showing a few flakes flying, nothing sticking, still not impactful. It's the NAM that's the outlier right now, saying, hey, we could see a little bit of something. So we really don't have, it will be cold outside Sunday, but we have no consistent or constant supply of cold air. We don't have the area of high pressure that's over Canada or the Northeast supplying that cold air. Now, where will this low pressure form? It hasn't yet, so where is it going to go? That depicts how much moisture moves inland as well. So again, sunrise, we would love to see it. We do have, it's very cold. We have some snow there on the ground, 20 degrees in Beach Mountain right now. A little bit of a mix of those clouds and sun out toward the high country. It's a really pretty looking start out there. Charlotte 21, Boone right now sitting at 17 degrees. Concord 18. Rock Hill can't see much there, but it is 20 degrees in your area. It is a very chilly start, below average. Our average low temperature is right near that freezing mark, so we're a good 10 to 15 degrees below average, and we'll be a good about almost 10 degrees, probably 6 to 10 degrees below average for the high temperature as well. We don't have any rain out there. We do have some clouds making their way again across areas of I-40 and heading out toward areas of the high country as well. We're in the teens for the majority of our region, so prepare for a very chilly start to your Friday. We'll stay dry. We'll warm up, not drastically, still in the 40s as we head through today. But here comes a cold front. This is Saturday, bringing us some showers into the area as we head through the day. Saturday, just rain showers with some mountain snow. Pretty typical, very, I would say, and not too much moisture with that system, and it is very quick moving across the region. So a few scattered showers as we head through early on Saturday. But here comes Sunday. We have that front, and that'll move through Saturday. It will bring some moisture, but end up stalling or just moving offshore. Now, if it could stay closer to the coast, I think we'll have a decent amount of moisture to work with, which hopefully the trends, if you want the moisture, which either way we need it, even if it ends up being rain, it's kind of a good thing. We do need it. But if that low pressure and front could move a little closer to the coast again, so will that moisture. So right now we have to see where that sets up. It is, unfortunately, that low hasn't formed yet, so we don't really know where. And also the cold air, I do think, is something that we're going to be kind of borderline with. I don't think the supply is going to be enough of that cold air. So looking at the graph in European models right now and the GFS, not showing much, showing a little something, we could possibly see upwards of about a tenth to a quarter of an inch of snow as we head through Sunday. This is here in Charlotte. So could we see flakes fly? The question, yeah, I do think we could. I just don't think this is going to be a very impactful system as we head through Sunday. There actually still is a possibility that we don't have the moisture and we stay dry. But there is a possibility as well that it ends up just being a really cold rain. So we'll have to see where that low ends up kind of forming and where it ends up off the coast. But overall, this will be pretty. Temperatures definitely a cold start, but things could always be worse. We're looking at the bright side of things. 22 in Charlotte and in Statesville, 18 degrees in Concord, Wadesboro. Hey, that's good. You warmed up a good about 6 degrees already. You're sitting at 22 right now, 15 right now in Monroe. So here's a check of that day planner. We'll see a lot of sunshine as we head through the day. Now look at these winds, south-southwest at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. You add that on top of dry conditions, low relative humidity. humidity at about probably 30%, maybe a little bit under, maybe 25%. We do have a higher fire danger today, so don't burn. Any fires that do get started could actually rapidly end up spreading. 46 degrees for your Friday. So again, a pretty nice day on tap for today. We'll be warming, more clouds, morning showers starting off the day as we head through Saturday. 55 though, and then by Sunday, still some big question marks with the forecast. Could we have rain? Could we have a few flurries, or could we stay dry? All three of those things are on the table. Let's start off with your future track through the day today. Again, southwesterly winds. It will be a breezy day out there today and still chilly below average, only topping out in the 40s. Here comes some showers scattered as we head through the first half of your Saturday. So early in the morning, just rain in the Piedmont, some mountain snow up there across the high country. That front will end up stalling off the coast. An area of low pressure will ride along it, and depending on where that sets up and how much cold air is in place, we could see snow. Right now, the graph, the European, the GFS, not bullish at all, but the NAM certainly is. We'll keep you updated